Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first podcast of the new year for the date of January the 3rd, 2013. Gotta remember, it's 2013 now, so remember when you're writing down your dates not to put 2012 anymore.
Yep, we're already past the apocalypse.
Yep. There's actually a lot of things to celebrate. We made it through Christmas, made it through the new year, and we survived the fucking apocalypse.
Take that, Mayans.
Woohoo!
You couldn't stop the conquistadors either.
That's probably racist.
Yeah, I'm sure that was kind of offensive. Was that joke too soon?
Anyways, I am the actual gamer, and as always, over there is my clinically insane partner, Wind.
I like pineapples.
I'm going to move on.
Yeah, I had nothing else there. I'm sorry. Apparently, crazy people like pineapples.
Little Nicky, Adolf Hitler.
I didn't say I liked them up my ass. Although...
Let's move on. Slowly segue into something more viewer-friendly, I guess would be the word I'd be looking for here.
Yeah. Are we viewer-friendly?
Probably not. But that's.
Are we audience? Are we human? You know what? Are we living creature-friendly? I don't think so. Actually, I don't even think we're dead-friendly. Damn. Are you cutting out again?
No, I'm perfectly fine. I was looking through Yahoo, typical, looking through news stories to get ready for later, and
oh yeah.
That I saw, but unfortunately it's only a video, so nothing to really read about there. But I'll revisit it when we get to that point.
We should probably go to other places for our news, but I can't really think of anything that...
Yahoo is just too funny.
I know. I can't really think of any other news sites that are just as terrible. No, maybe Fox, but...
Fox is just cringeworthy. It's not really funny.
I'm also, wanting to keep what's left of my sanity, which is nothing, but...
What teeny itty bitty bit that you have left anyway?
Exactly. And we have dead air.
Not really.
Best podcast ever.
You're talking, so does that really constitute as dead air?
Yes. Wait. Well, what can we talk about?
Well, I have no idea, honestly. As I said, I'm just having a blah kind of morning. It's rainy, bleak weather out, and I'm just here today.
Fucking hell.
I actually tried playing a little bit of Far Cry 3 last night, if that helps move us along.
And how's that?
Interesting from what I've played, but ultimately, I think I'm going to have to turn some of the settings down on it, because as good as my video card used to be, it's got age on it at this point, and fallen behind the times, so the game doesn't run as spectacularly as I would like it to.
Alright.
So I can form a better personal opinion of it when I actually find a good setting for it to run fine on.
Yeah.
The thing that irks me about it, though, is the fact that it, even through Steam, it still uses the Uplay platform for it.
No, I don't have a problem with the Uplay platform. It's just an extra thing you have to go through, but
Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it so bad if it was directly through the Uplay client, but launching it through Steam, that's the thing that just bugs me about it, is all. I don't know why. Just a personal irk of mine.
well, Ubisoft isn't really known for making smart decisions, especially with DRM and other such things.
Yay, DRM. 'Cause everybody loves DRM.
If you want to play our game, you have to be online 24/7, even if you're just playing single player.
Ha ha ha.
And if you lose connection, God help you.
That's what I like about Steam is, yeah, sure, it's online, but even if you don't have an internet connection, you can still at least access your Steam offline to get access to your games.
Yeah, which is nice. God damn it.
I've thought about this a lot over my many years of playing WoW. Speaking of things like that, and I always thought it would be interesting if WoW actually had a sort of single player mode, or a condensed version of the game. Really,
I don't know.
I think it could be interesting, but I don't know.
I think leveling up is the solar single player game. You just have assholes who show up every once in a while.
But I don't know. I think I'm thinking more of a like Warcraft style game, more condensed, but it's in the form of WoW essentially.
Mm.
I don't know, just something I've put thought into from time to time.
Sure.
Heck, I think the hardest bit of thought I've honestly put into WoW for some time has been our discussion about the Dark Lanterns.
Which I don't think we ever talked about on this podcast, but
Yeah, I don't think so either, hence why I was vague about it.
Maybe we should save that for when I actually decide to pull that out of my ass and start drawing it.
Oh, yeah, speaking of pulling things out of your ass.
I'm not pulling that pineapple out.
Our clinically insane friend over here finally has his video up. He did it, everybody. Give him a round of applause.
I have completed my New Year's resolution. Now, to do nothing. Though I'm already working on my second video, which is a commentary on a picture I drew for a contest.
So, come to his YouTube channel next year.
Exactly. I think this review I started summer of last year?
Something like that, maybe even before.
No, it couldn't have been that long.
Either way, it's been long enough nevertheless.
It either took 5 or 6 months, and I've been distracted the entire way.
Because, yeah, no, he's not been distracted. I mean, this podcast doesn't get in the way or anything. Nah.
No, this podcast actually doesn't get in the way. I mean, we only started... We started at one point, then we kind of stopped for a couple months or a month.
Yeah.
And then we came back, much to your disappointment, audience.
Just when you thought we were gone, that we'd given up after a couple of attempts that didn't go anywhere, you were wrong. You were dead wrong.
Oh, boy.
And we started 2 months ago, according to the upload time for the first podcast.
All right. We still took a month off. So, yeah, I'm actually picking up on what I'm doing. So, right now I am putting together a video for a commentary on an artwork I did. And then I might do a video log, maybe describing what I plan to do on the site, or just jump into my next project. I'll probably just jump into my next project.
Let's see how Long it takes him to get this one done. See if he can beat his record.
Well, since it'll be a Let's Play, it should at least go a little smoothly.
Should, anyway.
Should being the key word. But...
Oh, crap. Hang on. I'm being ringed. Be right back. Carry on without me for a minute.
And now the show is mine. You're stuck with me, dear listener. Maybe we should talk about some horrible things. Oh, look. Another reality TV show. Let's see. Kim and Kanye's baby gets a reality TV treatment. Oh my. So is the first episode going to be us seeing the afterbirth? I really don't want to. This sounds horrible. Oh, Yahoo News. They really need to get their priorities straight. Want to live 2 years longer? You probably don't, but... Let's see. Try this. Let me guess. Eat healthy. Exercise. Oh. Hold on. It's loading. Great. And this has really turned into a solo show. Shit. You know what? I'm just going to apologize right now because this isn't going to be as fun as you think it is. And... sorry. I'm a little, well, nasally today. As you can tell. But I guess we can take a look at the what's going on at Steam. God damn it. Well, holiday sale's still going on. Supposedly that'll go on for a couple more days, till the 5th. God damn it. I know, riveting, huh? Fuck. Fucking hell, where the hell is he? Well, anyway. So, yeah. I do have my first video up. You can check that out on my channel at, what is it still? And that's going to be at youtube.com/user/ahdang, that's AHDANG, feature, equals MHEE. Actually, you can probably skip the question mark after this.
You can stop talking bad about me. But anyway, I'm going to be a few more minutes with this phone call, so I figured what we'll do is to keep you from having to run the podcast entirely by yourself, we'll take a short break where absolutely no time will pass for the audience.
Ooh.
So, we shall return momentarily, everybody.
You got lucky, audience.
You got real lucky. I just saved you. You can shower me with your love and appreciation later. And we're back. Sorry about that. As I was explaining when I jumped back in, Rachel took an unexpected break. at work, so... And, speaking of Rachel, it is her birthday today. So, we get to sing happy birthday to one of our own.
You are all going to want to stab your eardrums with a pencil right now.
Yes, you will. Anyways.
Get a heavy object and just smash your skull open.
Are you ready?
Yes.
And 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. You can jump in at any time. Happy birthday to you.
Hear me?
No.
What? Wow, we already fucked this up.
Are you trying to set me up, Win? Come on now.
You were saying jump in at any moment, and I was. I don't know. Hold on. You can hear me now, though, right?
Yeah, just fine.
What the hell? You're older than you've ever been, and now you're even older, and now you're even older, and now you're even older. There, I jumped in.
She's going to kill us for this.
Let's see. Should we even post the video? I don't think we should. She's just gonna kill us.
I guess in the end she'd be doing the audience a favor.
But we live to torment them.
But anyways, I'm going to finish my ravishing rendition of Happy Birthday, if you don't mind.
Sure thing. Do you want me to chime in again?
Yes, but this time with the actual song. We're duetting this bitch, okay?
Go for it.
I don't trust you. I'm telling you right now, I really don't.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rachel. Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
Jazz hands.
How did you know? But anyways, now that our death is most decidedly assured.
Yeah. At least we're not saying her age. No, she's younger than us, but...
Yeah.
That makes us 50-something?
No, maybe you, but last I checked when I just randomly popped into the universe, lost count several thousand years ago.
I was old when this world was new.
I was old before this world even came into existence, sir, so...
Anyway.
Yeah, moving on.
As we're just being stupid.
But isn't that kind of the point?
I think we're also trying to give people something...
If you're going to say quality content, I think we threw that out the window the very first episode.
Quality, professionalism, we don't have those.
If that's what you're looking for here, move along.
If you want professionalism, go somewhere else.
Pretty much.
If you just want to listen to two people dick around...
Be total morons or idiots or...
Then hello.
Or get ourselves on the government watch list.
Not my fault. Wait, it was my fault.
Every podcast we now have, every single thing we do from now into the future is going to be monitored by the government. Thanks for that.
Sorry, I'm laughing a little harder than I should.
It happens to the best of us.
Freudian slip.
So, the next time that you go to an airport to try and catch a plane, you're going to get casually pulled off to the side.
This is why I'm practicing.
Because both of us, thanks to you, are now put on this special little list that the government has.
Oh, oh boy. Should we move on to news?
I don't know, should we?
I don't know. Are you doing anything on your channel?
I'm trying and failing miserably at upholding my New Year's resolution of actually producing more content more quickly. And the most I've put up since then has been a new lore book.
Well, shit.
Yeah. I really need to resume my StarCraft 2 stuff.
You jumping straight into multiplayer. Oh,
That
boy.
felt miserably for me. In the practice matches.
I think you get, what, 3?
50.
50?
Yeah, you get 50 practice matches. 2 of which ended up being wasted on my end because my computer decided it wanted to be a pain in the ass on me that night.
Boy.
And the one that I finally did get into and got recorded, well, it's up on my channel, and it turned out about as well as I expected it to.
Oh, boy.
Whoever I was playing that day, I probably made them feel really good about themselves.
Wow. That bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty brutal. But
And then I guess we need to do something on this channel, which is supposed to be in a group effort between the three of us.
compilation.
And half of my art video is done.
Yeah, we can hear the dinging.
Wait. There you go. More dinging. Is that annoying yet? Okay, close. But yeah, we still need to do we still need to find something that we need to do as a group, but besides
what, when.
We'll think of something. Don't worry, audience. You'll be able to hear our
Yeah, see, we'll get something to you whenever we feel like it, see?
Is that supposed to be a hint, or you just...
No. It was me being horribly racist and now getting some kind of mob boss after me.
No, I don't think a mob boss is a race. It's a group of people. Usually they are multicultural sometimes.
Yeah, but the accent was racist.
No, it's not racist. It's just stereotype. It's just a stereotype.
Either way, this podcast is going to be the death of me and you. You're aware of this, right?
Well, I'm going to get assassinated by some sort of government agent. You will be given the cement shoes treatment.
And at which point Rachel is going to dig us up and burn our corpses. We're fucked in every way. Isn't it grand?
Is she going to burn our corpses before or after she throws dog crap on us?
No, you see, what she's going to end up doing to us is she's going to dig us up. She's going to set large bags of dog crap on us, and burn the dog crap, and burn us with it.
Still better than the alternative.
And what would the alternative be?
Oh, that happening to us while we're still alive.
It depends on how vindictive Rachel decides to be with us, I guess. Because you just gave her the idea to do that. Thanks.
But we're still waiting for the political assassinations and the mob boss.
Yeah, if it's not one of them, somewhere down the road, we're going to piss off some other group of people or some other nationality somewhere down the road that will do the job.
So, should we not take sides and just offend everybody?
I don't know. It depends on how quickly we want to die, I suppose.
Ooh, let's see. I currently owe debts because I thought the end of the world was going to happen. No, not really, but I owe a lot of money to a lot of pimps.
At this point, I think this stick has overstayed its welcome.
All right. So, news. Got any news?
Oh, so we're moving on to our news segment, are we?
Well, actually, I was talking about news on our channel, but we already just did that. Sorry. I'm very forgetful, and I do repeat myself a lot. I'm very forgetful, and I repeat myself a lot. Was I saying something?
I don't know. Were you?
I don't remember.
At this point, when it comes to you, it just goes in one, goes out the other ear, so...
Sorry, what? I wasn't really paying attention either. Anyway, Yahoo News.
I'm digging.
Let's see, I got one. A star study reveals an unexpected sight.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, it's, astronomers glimpse a stage of planetary evolution that has never been seen before. So, in other words, it is the beginnings of a solar system. You have the star in the middle, and then the planets that are forming out of the dust that surrounds the star.
Let's see here. Speaking of stories, real quick. Going back to the one I was mentioning at the beginning of the show, the one that was entirely a video.
Mm-hmm.
Woman's embarrassing rejection on TV. A woman's elaborate plan to reveal her crush on a coworker fell spectacularly.
Oh.
Yeah. That just sounds brutal.
Never do that in a public setting.
Never.
Never propose. Never say you like somebody. And
never do it on live television.
That. And never tell somebody that their family member's dead in a public setting.
Anyway, going back to your star study story.
That was it. That's all it is.
Oh.
I mean, they do sometimes have, astronomy stuff on here. That's pretty cool. But it's never that in-depth. And if you want to find more information about it, they usually have a link, or they just tell you go to a different website.
Yeah.
So, anyway, are you done with that other story as well?
Yeah, as I said, it's just a video. There's like no writing about it, so...
Alright, how about this one? Let's see, sperm donor ordered to pay child support.
Raffle, I was going to bring that one up, actually. Not next, but...
Why don't you...
Hang on, I gotta get back to it then. The one I was actually going to bring up is PGA nominated Skyfall, the second most mistake-filled movie of 2012. So take your pick. Which one do we want to hear first?
Go ahead with the Skyfall one.
Okay. No one expects a 007 mission to go completely perfectly, do they? Skyfall is still going strong after almost 2 months in domestic release, having recently passed the 1 billion mark in worldwide box office. It's also finally getting some official accolades, as it's the surprise entry on today's list of Producers Guild of America movie nominations. So it would appear the audiences, critics, and awards organizations either haven't noticed or just as likely don't mind all the film's continuity and factual errors. MovieMistakes.com has released a list of 2012 releases with the most errors, with Skyfall coming in at number 2 with 35 mistakes. Those spotted by hawk-eyed viewers range from the rather formidable. Now, note, if you've not seen this movie or you don't care, this is a spoiler alert to put in well advanced. Spoiler alert! Alert! Anyways.
I'm never going to see it. I don't actually care for the James Bond movies.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the James Bond series either. I don't know, I just never could get into it. But anyway, for those that do care, spoiler alert. So you have been warned. Okay, so just before Bond reaches the chapel, he plunges into icy water. In the next scene in the chapel, he is perfectly dry.
That's just... I mean, that's like the simplest thing to, remember. It's like, oh yeah, he jumped in the water. Yeah, now he's out, so he's got to be wet again. Get the bucket.
Right. Okay. In the bar with Bond drinking and watching television, he reaches over for a bottle which is 80% full. He pours a small amount into his glass and watches the TV. In the next shot, the bottle is only about 20% full.
Yeah, that's the problem with shooting with food is you either have to have a bunch on hand or you just say to hell with it. Because, you're going to have several takes. And sometimes you're going to be using the same food or liquid or whatever.
Let's see here. When on the motorbike on the rooftops of Istanbul, Bond at first has no sunglasses on, then sunglasses on, then no sunglasses.
Those are magic sunglasses, only appearing when you need them. I want them.
In the car scene just before the MI6 explosion, invalid IPv4 addresses with digits larger than 255 are displayed on the laptop screen. James Bond is seen driving down Whitehall in London. Behind him, a number 38 bus is seen. However, the 38 does not travel down or indeed particularly near Whitehall.
Okay.
That just sounds more like a real-life nitpick than a continuity error. While a total of 35 errors may seem high, it's not quite as impressive or unimpressive, depending on how you look at it, as the whopping 63 mistakes that were in Men in Black 3, which came in at number 1.
Yeah, the Men in Black series, they just keep going.
I've not seen Men in Black 3 yet, but personally I really don't care. I'll see it sometime, so I don't care reading some of these myself. But again, more spoiler alerts.
Yeah, Men in Black 3, it was better than 2. I will say that. It was better than 2, but still kind of just meh.
Some of the blunders in the Barry Sonnenfeld directed sci-fi comedy include: when the cops are frisking Jay, the small cop on the left hand keeps changing position in every shot with no logic whatsoever.
These are things that most people aren't going to notice, though.
Yeah. When Kay takes the prize out of the crackers box, the size of the box magically becomes very tiny.
Okay.
When Jay is being swallowed by the fish, the floor around him swaps from very dirty to slightly dirty to spotless between frames.
Yeah, I can see that being a problem.
Tied at number 3 and 4 with 24 mistakes each is the 1-2 superhero punch of The Dark Knight Rises and The Amazing Spider-Man, with the Avengers following close behind at number 5 with 22 mistakes. While many criticized the occasional lack of logic in the plot of Christopher Nolan's final Batman film, there were good old-fashioned continuity errors as well, such as, or spoiler alerts, the plane in the beginning has at least 4 rows of seats in the left and 5 rows in the right. In the final shot where Bane and the Doctor slip out of the plane, the left has only 3 rows and the right one also seems to have no more than 3.
I didn't even notice that the plane had an odd number of rows on either side.
When Bane is about to blow up the stadium has players on the field. However, when Bane says, "Let the games begin," all the players have disappeared. Then all the players reappear again in the next shot. Meanwhile, Spider-Man's battle with the Lizard took a few creative liberties. While fighting against Lizard in the lab, Peter's jacket changes randomly from spotless to covered in dust to partially covered in dust, back and forth.
Nah.
When Lizard punches Peter through a wall into a classroom, books and huge chunks of concrete fly above Peter, but when he lands and slides backwards, they're suddenly gone.
That's the biggest problem there. You can't just have random items being thrown into the air and then, gravity decides it doesn't want to work.
As well as a variation on what we like to refer to as the Hulk purple pants effect. When Connors
those are magical. You just can't.
Yeah. When Connors becomes a humongous lizard, his robe magically grows from a medium size to an XXL.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Hulk, he seemed to avoid being a part of any mistakes in the Avengers, though the same can't be said for his alter ego, Bruce Banner. When Bruce Banner meets Natasha Romanoff for the first time in Calcutta, there's a shot from behind her where Natasha is heard talking about her reflection in the small mirror behind Bruce.
Okay.
That one doesn't make a lot of sense to me. When Bruce Banner meets Natasha Romanoff for the first time in Calcutta, there's a shot from behind her where Natasha is heard talking about her reflection in the small mirror behind Bruce isn't. That one's just very poorly worded.
So her reflection wasn't in a mirror? Is that what they're saying? Are they saying that she's a vampire?
Either that or they're saying that there's a mirror right behind Bruce that she's talking to and Bruce isn't visible in the mirror. That's the only thing I can think of.
As long as the camera isn't in the mirror.
Anyway, moving on. Just after Dr. Banner asks Nick Fury how many spectrometers the helicarrier has access to, he takes off his jacket, rolls it up, and puts it under his arm. In the next shot, the jacket is suddenly draped over his arm.
Okay.
And this one's for all the Galaga fans. When one of the computer operators resumed playing Galaga, the sound effect heard is for an enemy ship attempting to capture the player ship, but what's shown on screen is normal gameplay.
Yeah, that... when video games are involved in a movie, it's never 100% there.
Anyway, that was pretty much it, so...
Well, let's talk about a sperm donor who
is basically getting
money.
foobarred.
I think this is illegal because I believe there is a law stating that they can't owe child support. Let's see, Kansas man who donated sperm to a lesbian couple so they could have a child on Wednesday. He is shocked that the state is now trying to make him pay child support. Donated sperm under a written agreement that would not be considered the father of the child nor liable for child support. So right there, they've already signed documentation saying that he is not liable for child support and he is not the father. So, right there, that should already throw the case out.
Yeah, pretty much. And it even goes on to further read. Let me find it here real quick.
In October, the state of Kansas filed a petition seeking to have, him declared the father of the child and financially responsible for her, blah, 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 blah.
But yeah, basically going back to what you were just talking about, it even goes on later to read, lawyers for Murata argue that he had no parental rights because of his agreement with the couple and cannot be held financially responsible. They cite a 2007 case in which the Kansas Supreme Court ruled against the sperm donor seeking parental rights because he did not have any such agreement with the mother. Lawyers for Murata said, "So now we are flipping the argument around," Murata attorney Ben Swinnon said Wednesday. "If the father had no legal paternal rights in this 2007 case, Murata should be declared to have no parental obligations in the current case."
So really, he shouldn't be paying anything at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, I'm sorry, is this the state of Kansas who is doing this? So it's not the couple, and it's not him.
Yeah, it's the state of Kansas City in Kansas.
So...
And I said the state of Kansas City. The city of Kansas City and the state of Kansas. Let me rectify that.
Yeah, so let's see, gay marriage illegal in Kansas? I'm assuming it is, since it's Kansas.
I don't know, considering the fact that this is for a lesbian couple.
I know, but because it's a lesbian couple, that's probably why they're doing this.
Who knows?
Because this is stupid. They've already signed an agreement. He shouldn't have to pay anything. So...
And they even sat there and had another case where a sperm donor sought parental rights that they denied, so why is it different this time? I mean, if that man had no parental rights, then why does this man have to deal with it?
And so now the guy who wanted the parental rights can now cite this.
If they win, of course.
Yeah, if they win.
And that's looking at a very big if, all things considered.
God damn it. Well, at least
people make my head hurt.
Sometimes Yahoo can find, actual legitimate stories. Other times, they do something where they're quoting prices on steak. For a fucking city. I'm sorry. I'm not bitter. But yeah, this is stupid. It is illegal, and it should be thrown out. Hopefully they'll go to Supreme Court rather than the... Well, okay, if he is, I guess, convicted, would that be the right word? I'm not a law person, so...
No, not convicted. Convicted means someone convicted to go to jail. Or something like that.
If it turns out he does have to pay this fee, he can, I think, go to a higher court to have it...
overturned.
Yeah. I think. Obviously, I am not into law, so...
But anyways, moving on from stupid people, I found an article several days ago. It's not there now, but I had it saved just for specifically today. The 25 most anticipated movies of 2013.
Wow. And it's going to be The Hobbit.
Number 25, The Host.
The Host.
With the Twilight Saga having come to a close last year, thank God.
Wait a minute, The Host?
Yeah, The Host.
I have The Host right here.
Well, apparently they're remaking it.
I'm holding it in my hands.
Twihards are on the lookout for their next big movie obsession. This adaptation of another Stephanie Meyer novel will hopefully fit the bill. Instead of vampires, this story has aliens which invade the planet by taking over human bodies. But one girl, Melanie, played by Oscar nominee Saoirse Ronan, is able to coexist with her alien presence and naturally get into a love triangle. Or is it quadrangle?
She is... Sorry, I'm trying to make a Spider-Man reference here. Brock and Venom. Sorry. Coexisting with her symbiote.
Yeah. Number 24.
Hold on. Before we continue, I have a horror movie right here that I believe was made in Korea called The Host, which was about a giant mutant fish that terrorizes a city and eats people. Now, I have this movie because it is, I think it is unintentionally hilarious at times, but it is it is a great movie. It is like, it is a bad horror movie. That's
Try to avoid it, Wind. Try to avoid it.
But no, what'd be funny is if they have an quote early showing of The Host, and it turns out to be this Korean film.
That would be funny.
Like how they were having an early screening of one of the Twilight movies, but it was somebody coming out and saying how terrible they all are for making this thing popular.
Raffle.
Oh boy.
Anyway, moving right along with this. Number 24, Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Yes, remakes of horror classics are a dime a dozen, but this year there are actually a few that look intriguing. Stephen King's Carrie will get an updated version in March starring Chloe Grace Moretz and Julianne Moore. But the one we're most excited about is the new take on Sam Raimi's groundbreaking Evil Dead, mostly because Raimi and his cohorts Rob Taper and Bruce Campbell are producing the remake with a script from Oscar winner Diablo Cody.
Oh, so they are involved. Okay.
Yeah, they are actually involved, so...
Bruce Campbell has to be in there still.
He has to make at least an appearance as Ash. He has to.
Well, no, he can't make an appearance as Ash because Ash is going to be played by someone else, right? Since this is an Evil Dead remake.
I don't know, honestly. Something to look up.
Hold on. There have to be 2 more movies after this. The second one has to be a remake of the first one. And then the third one has to be the character Ash going back. Then the third one has to have time travel.
No, apparently Ash just not being reprised as someone else.
What?
Apparently the cast, right now it has the cast of people playing as Mia, David, Olivia, Eric, and Natalie. No Ash.
But then how is this a remake? You're going to remake it without using the same characters?
Let's see here. Evil Dead is an upcoming 2013 American horror film directed by Fede Alvarez. It is a remake of the 1981 critically acclaimed cult horror film The Evil Dead, written, produced, and directed by Sam Raimi, who co-wrote and produced the remake. It is the 4th installment of the Evil Dead franchise, and the first not to be directed by Raimi and star Bruce Campbell as Ash Williams. The director, Fede Alvarez, was handpicked by Raimi himself, and it is Alvarez's first feature film. Raimi and Rodo Sayagus co-wrote the script, which was then rewritten by Diablo Cody. The film was produced by Raimi, Campbell, and Tappert, the producer of the original. A remake was planned numerous years by Raimi and Campbell. However, in 2007, Campbell stated that the proposed remake was going nowhere and fizzled due to extremely negative fan reaction. However, in 2011, he spoke again about the remake, stating, "We are remaking Evil Dead. The script is awesome. The remake's going to kick ass. You have my word." This remake is focusing on the roots of The Evil Dead. The Evil Dead was intended to be a serious horror film, but due to melodramatic dialogue delivered by bad actors, said Campbell, The Evil Dead seemed rather humorous. The remake was significantly darker, disturbing, and brutally violent. The red band trailer for Evil Dead was released on October 24th, 2012.
Yeah, okay.
So basically it's supposed to be a more serious, darker take on the Evil Dead series. But it still needs to have a cameo of Campbell
Bruce
as
Campbell.
Ash, though. It has to.
But I wonder if that's just pandering.
Who knows?
That would just be pandering. Well, we don't want that.
Number 23, After Earth.
Oh, yeah, spoiler.
If you're not yet quite past December 21st, 2012, major spoiler alert. We lived. We made it.
If you're listening to us from the past.
Yeah, exactly. We made it through the Mayan apocalypse, but the planet's prospects still don't look very good as far as this movie goes. Tom Cruise, surprise, surprise, will be working in an abandoned wasteland in this April's Oblivion, but we're most curious about Will and Jaden Smith in After Earth. They play a father and son who crash land here 1,000 years after humanity fled. The trailer looked quite impressive, but writer-director, oh god, really? M. Night Shyamalan
Oh, crap. Never mind, this movie's going to be terrible.
has a lot to prove after the disastrous The Last Airbender.
No, let's see. What else did he do?
The Village.
The Village, Signs, Lady in the Water, or whatever that one was.
Anyway, that right there killed it for me, so let's move on. Number 22, G.I. Joe Retaliation. Yes, this one could have been on the list of the most anticipated movies of 2012. It was originally scheduled for release last summer, but was delayed. But with the Dwayne You Can Call Me The Rock Again Johnson leading the team, yeah, that's there because he has been making returns to the WWE as a wrestler and actually is going to be competing this month in one of their upcoming pay-per-views.
I wouldn't know. I'm sophisticated.
Anyway.
Or a snob.
But with... Don't do it, Wind. We can do this, man. Hang in there. We can do this.
Inside jokes.
But with Dwayne Johnson... Oh, God.
Yeah, because these were previews that were, what... in 2011? There were previews in 2011 for this movie?
Probably. But with Dwayne Johnson leading the team, Bruce Willis as the original Joe, and ninjas fighting on the side of a mountain, all in 3D no less, what's not to get excited about? And rumor has it they reshot a bigger part for Channing Tatum, so maybe he can bring some of his magic to this one.
Let's see, what's not to get excited about? The first movie.
Right. Number 21, The Hangover Part 3.
I don't know.
2011's The Hangover Part 2 made a boatload of money, but the Wolfpack's trip to Thailand felt a little too repetitive for a lot of fans of the original. But director Todd Phillips promises that the third and final chapter will deliver the surprise the last sequel lacked. And with all the cast returning, Ed Helms, Bradley Cooper, Zach Galifianakis...
Don't try it.
Ken Jeong, Heather Graham, and yes, Mike Tyson. Hopefully the trilogy will end with a bang that we'll all remember the next day.
I haven't seen the second one, so...
I've never even seen the first one, so...
First one was funny. From what I heard, the second one was pretty much just the first one, so...
Anyway, number 20, World War Z. What is with tacking Z onto the end of everything these days? We have game-wise, we have DayZ, and the more controversial, what is it, War Z? I think
these are the only ones I've heard of.
But still, it's starting to become a more popular trend.
I don't know.
Anyway, number 20, World War Z. Zombies are everywhere nowadays, both on TV and in movies, but this looks like it could be the zombie flick to end all zombie flicks. Brad Pitt stars as a family man called into service in the global battle against the immense throngs of walking, or in this case, running, dead. The worldwide scale of this looks epic, though director Mark Foster's last big-budget outing was the underwhelming Quantum of Solace.
I don't think running is the right word either. I think swarming and flooding over things is a more accurate statement looking at the frickin' trailer. Seriously, look at the trailer, people. It looks like it's... They look more like a flood rather than actual
You looking
zombies.
at the trailer for this?
I've already seen the trailer for this.
Oh. Anyway, number 19, A Good Day to Die Hard.
Another Die Hard movie?
Yep. After The Expendables 2, we'll be seeing a lot of 80s stars getting back into action in 2013. There's Schwarzenegger in The Last Stand, Stallone in Bullet to the Head, Stallone and Schwarzenegger in The Tomb, and 25 years after the first Die Hard made him a superstar, Bruce Willis is back as John McClane for the 5th time.
Shit, it's been 25 years?
Right?
Wow.
After a pair of critical successes last year with Moonrise Kingdom and Looper, Willis returns to busting heads and cracking wise, this time in Russia with his CIA agent son, Jai Courtney of TV Spartacus.
25 years since the best Christmas movie ever.
Number 18, Beautiful Creatures.
Yeah. Was this another Stephanie Meyer book? Or
Obviously there's a market for movie adaptations of highly successful young adult books about the supernatural. There are several in store for 2013, ranging from Tales of Zombies, Warm Bodies, to Demons, The Mortal Instruments, Cities of Bones, to Greek Gods, Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters. One that stands out, though, is Beautiful Creatures. It's about a girl in a small southern town who is destined to possess either light or dark magic, and the boy who captures her heart. It's got the romance YA fans young audiences, I guess, fans swoon over, along with Oscar-caliber actors Emma Thompson, Jeremy Irons, and Viola Davis.
Jeremy Irons. Oh, I'm actually surprised he's not playing the villain.
He might be.
The trailers make him look like he's, the good guy. But seriously, I'm having flashbacks to D&D.
Number 17, White House Down.
I never heard of this one.
Channing Tatum owned 2013 with a successful That's obviously a typo. I think it means owned 2012, not 2013. Good job, Yahoo! Channing Tatum owned 2012 with the successful comedy 21 Jump Street, romance The Vow, and drama Magic Mike. In 2013, he's stretching again with the psychological thriller Side Effects, a big-budget sequel, the aforementioned G.I. Joe, and this action nail-biter. In it, Tatum plays a cop caught in the middle when a terrorist group attacks the White House. He steps up to protect the president, played by Jamie Foxx.
Is he a bad dude? Is he a bad enough dude to save the president? Oh, wait, these are terrorists, not ninjas. Damn it.
Apparently the president is going to be played by Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
Yeah. It's from Independence Day director Roland Emmerich, and he has some experience when it comes to blowing up the White House.
Every disaster movie.
Number 16, The Wolverine.
Oh, God.
You can probably already know where this is going.
I want it to be good, but I saw the last one, and I'm wondering how I still made it with my sanity.
Sure, it was good to see Hugh Jackman belting out tunes and moding it up in Les Miserables, but we like him best when the claws come out. So we're ready to see him back again as Logan, aka Wolverine. Jackman's 5th go-around as the muscled Marvel mutant takes him to Japan in a story inspired by one of the all-time classic runs of the comic book series.
Don't suck, don't suck, don't suck, don't suck.
Number 15. Now, this is one that I have seen the previews for. They aired a trailer for it in theater before fucking Dark Knight Rises. Oz, the Great and Powerful.
I didn't see a trailer for this. Maybe I missed it.
More than 70 years after Dorothy first dropped into the wonderful world of Oz, this new big-budget, effects-heavy prequel will tell the story of just who was the wizard and how did he get to have such a big head. James Franco stars as Oscar Diggs, a low-rent magician from Kansas whose hot air balloon gets swept away to the multicolored land of brick roads and emerald cities. There he falls under the spell of 3 witches, played by Michelle Williams, Mila Kunis, and Rachel Weisz. Director Sam Raimi, the original Spider-Man trilogy, brings the untold story to the screen in 3D. So that means there's probably going to be a Bruce Campbell cameo in there somewhere.
Or a Ted Raimi cameo.
Bruce Campbell as the Tin Man.
See, Bruce Campbell or his brother are going to be showing up. Or not Bruce Campbell's brothers, Sam Raimi's brother. Because they're usually in his movies.
Yeah. Number 14, The Heat.
The Heat. Sounds familiar.
After her Academy Award-nominated breakout turn in Bridesmaids, Melissa McCarthy has been a hot property in Hollywood, and so she's got 2 starring roles coming up this year. First, she's paired with Jason Bateman in February's Identity Theft, and that trailer looks plenty funny. But then in April, she's the cop who plays by her own rules, who gets partnered with Sandra Bullock's uptight FBI agent. The Heat is a rare female-driven buddy cop comedy, and since it's also from the director of Bridesmaids, it's sure to bring the funny.
Oh, okay.
Number 13, Elysium.
Never heard of that.
Neither have I. Director Neil Blomkamp's 2009 debut feature, District 9, had a low budget, no recognizable stars, and a story drawn from the politics of his native South America, and it was still one of the most exciting and innovative science fiction films of the decade.
Sorry, which one?
District 9.
And you said South America?
South Africa.
You said South America.
Did I? South Africa.
I mean,
say then.
I can see it. I mean, South America has, the Mexicans, and then, South Africa has Africans. I can see where you got confused there.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, and it was still one of the most exciting and innovative science fiction films of the decade. Now he's back with a bigger budget, giant stars, in a story that hits close to home. In the future, the haves live on a high-tech space station called Elysium, while the have-nots are stuck on the ruins of Earth. One average guy, Matt Damon, accepts a life-or-death mission to get on board.
Okay.
Number 12, The Lone Ranger.
Dun, 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 dun. Wait, no, that's Bonanza.
Yeah. Hi-ho Silva! The producer, director, writers, and star of Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy are taking their act from the high seas to the Wild West. Johnny Depp is Tonto, the Native American scout who discovers injured Texas Ranger John Reed, played by Armie Hammer. Tonto cleans Reed up, gives him a black mask, and together they ride off to help those in need. The last attempt to bring the Western hero to the big screen, 1980's one, The Legend of the Lone Ranger, was a legendary flop, but hopefully the Pirates crew can make their trademark blend of action and laughs work this time around. So Johnny Depp is Tonto.
Yeah.
Oh boy. The Great Gatsby, number 11. F. Scott Fitzgerald's timeless novel has been adapted for the screen 4 times before, but if anyone can capture the style, excess, and heartbreak of the story, it would have to be Moulin Rouge, director Baz Luhrmann. Leonardo DiCaprio was perfectly cast as the handsome, debonair, and deceptive Gatsby, and Oscar nominee Carey Mulligan has just the right combination of charm and fragility to play Daisy Buchanan, and the whole spectacle is presented in 3D. It's not your typical summer movie, which is partially why we're so intrigued.
And the next one?
10, The World's End.
10?
Yeah, number 10.
Oh, 10. I thought you said 10.
No.
You're kind of breaking out there.
Oh, number 10, The World's End. Who says the end of days can't be funny? There's actually more than one apocalyptic comedy coming this year, starting with June's This Is the End, that has Seth Rogen, who also co-wrote and co-directed, Jonah Hill, James Franco, and many of their friends playing themselves as the Earth is destroyed.
Okay.
We really can't wait, though, for The World's End, the third collaboration from Simon Pegg and director Edgar Wright. They made the modern comedy classics of Shaun and the Dead and Hot Fuzz. This ought to be interesting, then. It's about a group of pals attempting an epic pub crawl during the planet's final hours. Drinking, debauchery, and destruction sounds like our kind of movie.
All right.
9. Monster University.
No, this is the Pixar movie, right?
Yeah. The two Toy Story sequels were arguably each better than the last. I have to honestly disagree, but Cars 2 felt flat to many diehard animation fans. Now, the animation gurus at Pixar are attempting their first prequel. Set a decade before Monsters, Inc., John Goodman and Billy Crystal returned to voice Sully and Mike in the story of how the two met as freshmen in college. Starting off as rivals, the two eventually become BFFs through their adventures in higher education.
This just doesn't sound interesting. It just sounds boring.
Yeah, it does.
It's like the prequels to Star Wars. You know he's going to turn into Darth Vader. You're just waiting to see how it happens. You don't really want to see the political bullshit. You just want to see how it happens.
Yeah. Number 8, the one you actually mentioned earlier, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. Yes, an unexpected journey is still ruling the box office, but the little tease, spoiler, of the waking dragon at the end has us ready to continue the trek across Middle-earth with Bilbo Baggins and his company of dwarves. The next...
the spoiler. It's a spoiler because the book's been out how long?
Right. The next installment promises to introduce new characters like Luke Evans as Bard the Bowman and Evangeline Lilly as the elf Tauriel, a character not in Tolkien's original text. But we'll also see the return of some good old favorites, including Orlando Bloom as everyone's favorite golden-haired archer Legolas.
Is he going to surf on a shield down a flight of stairs as he's shooting people?
I have to say, Legolas is highly overrated, but he did have some pretty cool-looking moments throughout the series, I have to say.
It's because he is so beautiful. That is why everybody loves him.
And that very moment is like one of my favorite moments. Is just that would just be badass, just surfing down a flight of stairs, popping off bow shots like it was nothing, like you were shooting a gun. Anyway.
He does have some pretty cool badass moments.
Yeah, he does. And it's always funny to see him and Gimli constantly in their counting game against each other.
Still only counts as one!
Number 7, Anchorman, The Legend Continues. Great Odin's Raven! Can it be true? Is newscaster extraordinaire Ron Burgundy really back? Believe it, people of San Diego and planet Earth. Will Ferrell is putting on the polyester again, and he's bringing the entire news team. Paul Rudd, Steve Carell, and David Koechner with him. We don't know much about the story, but producer Jude Apatow said that at a recent table read of the script, once again written by Ferrell and director Adam McKay, they got exhausted from laughing too much and couldn't make it through the whole thing. One thing is for sure, though, it will certainly stay classy.
Too bad we don't have our special guest, Biggs. He could speak a little Spanish for us.
Number 6, Fast and Furious 6.
Oh, my God. Another one?
Do I really need to give the description on this one?
No, it's a piece of... It's a drift. It's either a drifting one or it's just another.
It's going back to their roots because
racing.
It's got Vin Diesel back in it. So.
Oh yay! Because that was the actor who really got me into the movies in the first place. Oh wait, no. It wasn't, and actually I don't really like those movies.
And there was much rejoicing! Yay. But anyway, moving on. Number 5, Pacific Rim. Giant robots fighting giant monsters. What more do you need to know?
Is the Big O in it?
When a portal to another world opens deep within the ocean, it unleashes giant beasts bent on stopping humanity flat. So to fight back, we build enormous mechanical warriors manned by skilled pilots. It's from the inventive mind of director Guillermo del Toro, Hellboy, and Pan's Labyrinth. And the trailer is packed with eye candy aplenty. And if you need another reason to be excited, may we remind you that it's giant robots fighting giant monsters.
Dude, it's a Godzilla movie. Just go see it. You
And
love it.
for all of you gaming fans out there, just to add into this, it's got GLaDOS in it.
That was the funniest thing about the trailer.
Because, no, they didn't just get the voice actors of GLaDOS. They straight lifted GLaDOS' voice from Portal 2 for this.
It is GLaDOS. It's
GLaDOS in probably everything but name, honestly. That's all it is. It's GLaDOS, just not named, essentially.
I'm waiting for the neurotoxin to appear. We could always use the neurotoxins.
Number 4, Man of Steel. Christopher Nolan concluded his Batman trilogy in 2012, and now he's helping to bring DC Comics' other iconic hero to the screen. Nolan co-wrote the story and produced this new take on Superman, directed by Zack Snyder's 300 and Watchmen. Henry Cavill certainly has the look to play the last son of Krypton, and he's backed by an all-star cast. Amy Adams as Lois Lane, Russell Crowe as Jor-El, Kevin Costner as Jonathan Kent, and Michael Shannon as the villainous General Zod. Everything we've seen.
Zod in. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Everything we've seen so far makes Man of Steel look like a serious, stylish, and yet fresh take on the granddaddy of all superheroes.
Well, it can't be any worse than Returns and number 3. Actually, I think Superman Returns is the 4th one, right?
I have no idea, honestly.
I can't remember. But either way, those movies were terrible. And it made Superman in the 4th one look like a horrible, horrible father.
Number 3, Star Trek Into Darkness. J.J. Abrams' 2009 revamp of the decades-old Star Trek franchise somehow managed to please both the cult of devoted fans and also viewers who had never seen an episode of the original series, except for when they brought in Leonard Nimoy as old Spock.
Yep.
That would only make more sense to fans of the original series.
But anyway, this one has Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
As the villain. If you don't know what I'm talking about...
For their second voyage, Abrams has reassembled a stellar crew and added a more dangerous and compelling villain, played by Sherlock star Benedict Cumberbatch. The preview of the first scene that played in front of IMAX's showings of The Hobbit revealed that this trip stands to be just as fun, intense, and transporting as the last.
Hopefully. I mean, the last one was good. Though it had a forgettable villain.
Yeah, I don't even remember who the villain was.
He was Romulan, and that's all I remember.
Was he Romulan? As I said, I don't even remember that much.
Yeah. Romulan is what I'm thinking of, right? The offshoot of Vulcan.
I think. Maybe. Possibly.
Look,
I don't know what he was, so...
Okay, well, I'm not a Star Trek fan, and obviously neither is Tag here. So, yeah.
I mean, I know enough about Star Trek to, like, discern different things like the races, but...
Yeah. But anything deeper, yeah, we don't know much about. We don't know the cultures. We don't know what the...
And we sure as hell don't know how to speak in Klingon, so...
We don't know the eating rituals of Klingons.
Number 2, The Hunger Games, Catching Fire.
Now, I never saw the first one, and I never read the book, so I
Same
can't
here.
really tell you.
Expectations were high last spring for the first movie adaptation of Suzanne Collins' best-selling series, The Hunger Games. Exceeded all of them. It became the third highest-grossing film of the year, outpacing both Breaking Dawn Part 2 and Skyfall domestically. So, the bar has been set even higher for the second chapter, which will hit theaters right before Thanksgiving, a spot that had been taken by the Twilight movies. Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, Liam Hemsworth, and the other cast members who survived the last movie, spoilers if you've not seen it, will all return.
Spoilers? Oh my god!
And the studio is apparently so happy with the job new director Francis Lawrence has done that they signed him to do the final two movies. The last book, Mockingjay, will be split into two parts. What is with splitting movies into two parts these days?
So they can milk it for all the money.
But still, it's aggravating as hell.
It is, but it's mostly just for the money. And sometimes, like the Harry Potter books, those books just kept getting longer and longer and longer. I'm actually surprised it took them to the last movie to split that one up. I mean, the last book to split it up, not the last movie. The last movie was the second half of the... Anyway.
Anyway, number one.
But I have to say, though, that story has, like, the worst named character ever. PETA. The character is called... Not the main... Well... At first it sounded like, are they trying to say Peter? But no, it's PETA. He's named after the People's Ethical Treatment of Animals.
Number one, Iron Man 3.
Yes.
Marvel's The Avengers was the biggest movie of 2012, becoming the third highest grossing movie in history. And the second it ended, all wanted was more. Thor will be coming back to the big screen this November in The Dark World, but we really can't wait to see Robert Downey Jr. put back on the suit as the invincible Iron Man. Written and directed by Shane Black, who heralded Downey's comeback with 2005's criminally underseen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. This third installment will really have to deliver if it hopes to top the excitement of the Avengers, but with a host of new bad guys, including Ben Kingsley as Iron Man's arch-nemesis, the Mandarin, Iron Man 3 looks like the 2013 release no one can miss. But they've also got to play it right if they want to put it chronologically after the Avengers.
I'm sure they will.
So, I wonder if with the coming releases of the new series of movies after the Avengers, if we're going to get the little shorts at the end of them to start promoting Avengers 2.
Or the next movie, or or the next superhero movie they're going to make.
Guys, I think I read already that they were already in the works for Avengers 2.
Well, I think they're making another Captain America, Thor.
They're probably going to make one for each of them. There'll probably be a new Hulk movie.
Yeah. I would like to see a new Hulk movie. The Ang Lee one was terrible, but there was one that came out after that was really good.
Yeah,
the name of that actor.
It even reads right here. In October 2011, producer Kevin Feige said during the New York Comic Con, Iron Man 3 will be the first of what we sort of refer to as Phase 2 of this saga that will culminate, God willing, in Avengers 2. In March 2012, Joss Whedon stated that he would want a sequel to be smaller, more personal, more painful, by being the next thing that should happen to these characters and not just a rehash of what seemed to work the first time, by having a theme that is completely fresh and organic to sell. At the film's premiere, Feige said that they have an option for Joss Whedon to direct a sequel when and if the time comes. In May 2012, after the film's successful release, Disney CEO Bob Iger announced the sequel was in development. At the 2012 San Diego Comic-Con International, Whedon said he was undecided about the sequel, stating, I have not come to a decision on directing Avengers 2. I am having too much fun with this Firefly reunion now. However, in August 2012, Iger announced Whedon will return to write and direct the sequel and develop a Marvel TV show for ABC. Later in the same...
Whoa, wait, what?
That's what it said.
A Marvel TV show?
Marvel's S.H.I.E.L.D. is a planned American television series created by Joss Whedon and based on the Marvel Comics organization of the same name. It will be produced by Marvel Television and air on the ABC network and will be set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, sharing continuity with the films in that franchise. A pilot to be written by Joss Whedon, Jed Whedon, and Marissa Takarin and directed by Joss Whedon has been given the green light.
All right. Well, that's cool. I mean, hopefully we'll actually see this, unlike the Star Wars TV show that was supposed to come out.
Yeah. Later in the same month, Disney set a May 1st, 2015 release date. In December 2012, Whedon stated that he has completed an outline for the film.
Okay. And those are the movies that are coming out. Hopefully this year.
Hopefully.
But yeah, the other Hulk movie had Edward Norton in it as Bruce Banner.
Yeah, that was admittedly sort of jarring, the fact that they switched actors between the Hulk tie-in film and the Avengers.
Yeah. I mean, from what I heard, it was Edward Norton. He just didn't want to really do that again. Yeah, and I guess I can understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, you do a movie and then it's stuck with you forever. Like, you're that character now. You know, just ask Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford. You are that character forever.
Indeed.
No one's ever going to remember your real name. They're just going to remember you as that character. Oh, boy. What else do we got?
Oh, not just that. You also got Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno.
Or Ferrigno. The voice of the Hulk.
Oh. No, he was the Hulk.
But he's also the one that also produces the voice of the Hulk.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
You never knew that? In the past 2 or 3 Hulk movies, he's been the one that's voiced as the Hulk.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know we had. Well, damn it. Actually, I might have heard that and just forgot it. I'm not going to lie. I've got a bad memory. But how about this? A 15-year-old Icelandic girl has to sue the government to or has to sue the Icelandic state for the right to legally use her name.
What?
So her name, which is Blair, Blaer, which means light breeze, but is not on the list of approved names by the government.
That's... People, man, I'm telling you. Fucking people.
I know there are some people who are going insane with names, naming their kids Apple or hashtag. I think that's the most recent one. Someone named their baby hashtag or some sort of Twitter thing. But still, this one, Blair or Blair, it's Icelandic, so I can't tell you I can't give you the proper pronunciation. You know, at least it means light breeze, but at least, you know, it's not Apple. It's not
hashtag.
It's not naming your kid after an item that is in your friggin' house.
I've got the perfect name. Let's name him Retweet.
Lolbat. Oh, wait.
I would like to introduce you to our 2 children, Tweet and Retweet.
No, God, now this reminds me of... I don't remember who said this, but it was a guy, you know... I babysitted for a family who let their kids name themselves when they were old enough. No, it's actually pretty cool because Skeletor and Chewbacca are cool kids.
uh,
I mean, yeah, you have the kid name himself. Yeah, it's gonna be.
yeah,
Sometimes parents should name.
they really
To
shouldn't.
go through an approval process, like if more than 3 people say "What the fuck," this is a terrible name. Uh, yeah, maybe an approval process. That'll be nice. You just have like maybe a group of 10 people going through a name, and if more than 3 people say no, then you should probably find a different name.
Yeah.
Like if it's a new name that has never existed before.
Oh,
Like
hang on.
Apple or hashtag.
Now this seems interesting. Investigation launched over Bin Laden film. A Senate committee is probing contacts between Zero Dark 30 filmmakers and CIA agents. Were secrets shared?
Gee, were there? Because it's not like they haven't done this before, leaking information that they can't keep quiet on. Can you sense the sarcasm in my robotic voice?
After the Senate Intelligence Committee's chairwoman expressed outrage over scenes that imply enhanced interrogations of CIA detainees produced a breakthrough in the hunt for Osama bin Laden, the panel has begun a review of contacts between the makers of the film Zero Dark 30 and CIA officials. In the latest controversy surrounding the film, Reuters, or however you pronounce that word, Reuters? I never knew how to say that one, honestly.
Anyway,
Has learned that the committee will examine records charting contacts between intelligence officials and the film's director, Catherine Bigelow, and screenwriter Mark Boal. Investigators will examine whether the spy agency gave the filmmakers inappropriate access to secret material, said a person familiar with the matter. They will also probe whether CIA personnel were responsible for the portrayal of harsh interrogation practices, and in particular the suggestion that they were effective, the person said. The Intelligence Committee's Democrats contend that it is factually incorrect. Zero Dark 30 is a dramatized account of the hunt for al-Qaeda leader bin Laden and the May 2011 U.S. Navy SEAL raid in which he was killed. Government emails and memoranda released to the conservative group Judicial Watch showed that both the CIA and Pentagon gave the filmmakers extensive access. But the film has also produced a series of awkward political headaches for President Barack Obama. Early on, Obama's Republican critics suggested it was a gimmick to boost his re-election campaign, but now some of Obama's liberal supporters are attacking the film and officials who cooperated with its creators for allegedly promoting the effectiveness of torture. Anyways, I'll cut that short because this is a hell of a long read.
well, from what I've heard, the movie doesn't say it's good or bad. That it's just, there's the facts. Deal with it how you want.
So, apparently Louis XVI's blood was found.
Okay.
It's just there. The notorious king was killed 200 years ago along with his wife Marie Antoinette. Surprising DNA match.
So they found his blood in what? A vial? On a carpet? On a guillotine?
Let's see here. Apparently, now scientists have confirmed that a squash emblazoned with figures from the French Revolution indeed contains the dried blood of the executed king.
A what? A squash?
Yeah. That a squash emblazoned with figures.
Actually, is a squash a fruit or a vegetable?
I don't know.
I think it's a vegetable. But either way, it's on a plant?
I don't think it's a plant.
A squash.
Yeah, but it looks more like a carved thing, though, from the picture I'm seeing. It's probably shaped like a squash, which is the reason. Here, I'll link you the picture.
I'm going to have to... I'm probably not going to find this because we're... Oh, wait, found it. Never mind. Psh, that was easy.
Oh, I'm not going to find... Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Because sometimes it shows us different things for some reason. Just got to wait for it to load. Oh. Okay. Kind of looks more like a ghoul, but whatever. Okay, so it's a... Alright. Never mind then. I was going to say, because if it's on like an actual squash, that probably would have been eaten a long time ago by...
Either that or decayed beyond recognition.
Yeah. But yeah, this could either be a wood carving or... I don't know, maybe it was preserved in something.
Yeah, who knows?
Anyway, but it's got drawings and it's got drawings on it.
It has art.
It's got pretty pictures.
That it does.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
So how do they know it's his blood? I mean, what do they have to compare it to?
Who knows? Because science.
This isn't the movies.
I have no clue. Ugh.
Anyway. Is that all we have to deal with?
Yeah, probably. And we got absolutely nothing accomplished this podcast. Less so than usual, I should say.
Actually, I'm going to say that it's just like every other podcast. Maybe a little more boring, but...
Honestly, I don't think we got less accomplished on this one, personally. I don't know. Or, like, now negative viewership will be the judge of that. Well, anyway, we probably rambled on for a lot longer than we should. That top 25 thing took a lot longer than I had anticipated it would.
Well, it was good.
Yeah, it was interesting, at least. I hope.
We taught people about a movie that they've never even heard of.
And spoiled a bunch of them.
Spoilers.
That's going to be the name of this podcast, the Darkcast Podcast number 6, Spoiler Edition.
Even though we only spoiled, 3 movies?
I don't know, I lost count. Again, as I said at the very beginning of the podcast, I'm in one of those bleh kind of moods, so I can barely remember 5 minutes ago.
Though, speaking of Skyfall, from what I've heard, it's like, yeah, the hacking in that is pretty much unbelievable, but it's a movie. If you actually try to put real people, actually programming something, it's going to be boring as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, real programming is boring. It's convoluted. It's not exciting. There are no pretty pictures that fly up on the screen and say, "You're doing a great job hacking."
Oh, and before we go, this has started to become an unfortunate running theme with the podcast.
What is it?
For the past, 3 of them? Maybe 4? I can't remember. There has been something that has happened on my end that has caused us to have to cut for a moment.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I sit here and I was thinking to myself about this just before we started, that, hey, maybe actually this time we'll actually get through without an interruption.
Nope. It's never going to happen. It's going to be a feature in the show.
Apparently.
Even if I have to make it a feature, I will call you.
Because, yeah, we totally wouldn't be able to hear that.
Or I will call for pizza.
Be right back. Cat's on fire. Cat that I don't even have.
Well, I'm going to call someone right now. Hey, Nick. uh,
No, honestly, that'd be one of those segments where I'd be jackass just enough to sit there and talk to you on the phone while recording the podcast.
so, what you doing?
I'm just sitting over here playing my games. How about you?
I'm on a podcast with some douchebag. I don't know his name. I keep forgetting.
Oh, really? Really? That's interesting because there's this just total dickweed I'm podcasting with right now.
Oh my god.
Guy's a total asshole, man, I'm telling you.
Oh, I know. I've heard him. God. Like he doesn't even know what the fucking English language is.
It's just so frustrating, let me tell you.
Oh my god, you know what? We're just spoiling content. Damn it! We could have done this at some point in the future. But no. We had to waste it here.
Of course.
I guess we should cut this turd.
Yeah, we really should. Cut our losses. Anyway, any parting words before we finally go?
Oh god. I apologize.
I don't.
Well, we will be doing other stuff other than the podcast in the future, and I will be drawing something new. Currently, at the moment, the picture I made for a contest is currently my desktop, and god damn it. I hate spiders.
Yeah, we know.
Hate spiders. So I'm guessing that right now it's on my desktop, I guess as a motivator to get me to draw something else.
So you're basically giving yourself nightmares every night then.
Oh god. But in the future, well actually,
oh, I've got the perfect idea. If anybody ever watches this that plans on doing an Arachnophobia remake or sequel or anything like that, we've got the perfect star for it.
God damn it. Wow, it's like he's acting like he really has a fear of spiders.
Man, this is such believable acting. But
I'm afraid of real spiders.
But there you go, Arachnophobia people.
God damn it.
Anyway, I pretty much already said what's going on with my channel earlier on, so I really don't have anything much more to promote there myself.
Yep, and I'm going to have me drawing this horrible picture on my site, so I'll even put a commentary on it. That'll be fun, right?
Anyway, I will link, well, I'll always link, never mind. I was going to say I'll link the video specifically, but fuck it, I'd already link your
you've already linked
channel, so in the show notes.
There's no need. The channel's already linked.
Yep. So you know where to find the channel and the show notes down below and all that jazz. Yeah. So, any parting words then? We'll end there. Till next time, my peeps.